transaction 12,036,000. So I don't know what it was. I really thought my mics had gone bad, but it turns out that in the internal of my computer, it switched the mic to a stereo. And so I had already done all of the audio for this. Yes, it was all gone. Anyway, welcome, you guys. I hope you had a safe holidays. And I am redoing my kitchen, even though I was just in the hospital recently with my hip and back. I can't sit anymore. I'm driving myself nuts. So we are going to switch out my glass containers and some of my plastic ones for the Rubbermaid Brilliant system. Hey, Rubbermaid, hint, hint. I'm loving your products. Come join me. Anyway, so what I'm doing is drying everything off because we always wash it prior, and so we're going to dry them. Mom ended up taking over the drying, and so I'm going to then work on getting everything out of stuff. Like the first item you will see is masa, and it was not in any container. Okay, as you can see, the masa is in its original packaging. I have a couple of them, so they're taking up more room to have the bags on the shelf. So I ended up having extra, so I'm just going to put it into a plastic bag, and next time I need to use the masa, which I don't use it half as much as I'd like. I'd love to make tortillas, but mine have never really turned out right, and so I will use it from that bag. But this lid that I was just messing with and had to exchange it for is broken. It doesn't pop down, and so I am also labeling all of the containers, and I'm going to put them on the side because that is how I want to put my containers in. They will use less room. And throughout this video and the day I was doing this, I felt really silly, and because this is not the first time I'm doing audio on it, I will tell you some of these containers, like this one right here, it is such a little container. I never fill up the Jiffy Mix all the way, so though it's pretty, it is not useful. Even with the sugar, we probably got another 3 cups in the new container that we will put it in. I just ended up feeling really silly for wasting all of this space. So with like the Jiffy Mix, I am putting the instructions on it, and I will put that on the back side. So I will have it, and I'm not having to write it because I have done the method where you print it out on a piece of paper, you put packing tape over it, but right now our printer is down and I don't want to rely heavily on it. It was just easier. I was in the middle of this, and can someone give me tips on how to get rid of that excess? I have tried to move the margins. It still has... Sorry, had to sneeze. It has quite a bit of gap in the front of the word and after the word. I have tried putting more than one word, and it is not cutting it. So if you got any tips, let me know. So, because I have at least 4 kids running through my house at any given time, we have a lot of cereal on hand, and the powdered sugar was in a cereal container. So I am switching it out, and I'm able to get rid of one more of the bags that I had on hand, which was really nice. So right here is one of my original round containers. Actually, my best friend bought me the set years ago. This is the name of it. I could not remember to save my life. And it kept the brown sugar just fine, but I've grown out of it. I did have a lot of problems with their lids and the green seal. I don't know if you guys noticed. It doesn't always fit right. We had some where the lid would just spin and spin. It didn't matter where you put the green sealer, it never would sit right. So I got rid of all of the containers. This was the Lone Wolf that I am finally getting rid of. And on top of it, all of those bags fit in there. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of room right now. I'm trying to get everything organized. I feel like I'm just walking really stiff. So I had tried to get rid of all of the dollar store bins because they were silly. As you can see in past videos, they are just honestly taking up more room. This one has mostly marshmallows, and then there's fruit and there's nuts, and nothing is together. Or in this case right here, coconut. I keep it on hand. A couple of the kids like it. My husband likes it. I do not. I love the smell of it though. And so I'm going to take it out of a Ziploc bag and put it into one of these containers also. Chocolate chips. So I have a bunch of chocolate chips. When I'm pulling these dollar store bins down, I am finding I have a lot more than I realized. I have the mint ones, I have peanut butter ones, I have probably not butterscotch. but I have the vanilla circles. I can't remember what they're called right now. And so I'm trying to get everything put together. Mom is messing with cranberries. I have cranberry, cherry, strawberry, regular cranberries. I'm just going to mix them because, as far as I'm concerned, they all taste good. And then I have raisins. And then we found a little bag that I swear had 10 raisins in it.
Oh, sorry, Xander.
So we had a streaker. That's why Mom apologized if you guys could hear her. So I have mini chocolate chips. I have the chocolate chips, as you can see, they were kind of losing their color. That is just normal when you hide them from yourself and you've had them for a while. So there's nothing wrong. They're still usable and I will use them, but there's no more hiding stuff. I'm literally hiding stuff from myself. This peanut butter powder has been floating all over the kitchen, and so I'm finally getting it into a container, and I will be able to use it now that I can find it. So this is hot chocolate mix, and this was another thing, along with not being able to speak. I couldn't spell this one either. We had trouble with cocoa. It just didn't look right to me. And isn't that cute? Mom put that all together, and I just love the way they stack. So Mom's helping. It makes it easier not to have to get up and down. As you can see, I had trouble getting up. And this crazy woman thought I could juggle this, and, well, I did. Surprisingly. So we're just kind of getting everything together and getting, like, items still. I got a good laugh because I have popcorn above where the cereal is, dead in the center, and then I had popcorn underneath the white shelf that I put into a container. This is what really irritates me, is that container was full, and we got quite a bit more into that container, along with the flour, which will be coming up in, well, right now. And that one's almost empty, but I don't mind because I have those in the barrels over by the stove, because I do buy 25-pound bags. Not only do I make bread for my house, I am now making bread for Joni's house, and I need that much. I like to have it on hand. I know we're not going to run out. So while making the label for the sugar, I was talking to Mom, was not paying attention. You can see my face right there. I just made 2 sugars, which came in handy because we labeled the side of the barrels to show what is in them, because we only had 2 labels. They were on the lids. Well, when you've got one sitting on top of each other, you can't see that. Let's take a moment. The top shelf is just one solid row. I could put more behind it, but that's how you lose stuff. But that is how little all of that is making everything into the shelf below the Instant Pot. Except for the left side, I haven't redone the rice I have over there. I have them all in a single row, and I feel so silly. Even that second shelf where the brown sugar is, not that you can probably tell, but you can see that it's brown. Everything that's on that shelf had taken up the entire shelf, and now it is in that small stack. So we are now working on the dried cereal. I am not taking them out. These containers were specifically bought for cereal, but I am finding oatmeal. 2 bags of oatmeal, 2 round bins of oatmeal. I'm going to have everyone, all hands on deck kind of situation. Connor is going to put them into the bin it's supposed to be in. Lex is making the labels for me, and we're just knocking this all out. If it was just me, or just me and one of the kids, or the Anthony, it would have taken forever for us to get this done. But with the 4 of us, no, Xander isn't part of it really. The 5 of us in the kitchen, it is going quick, and it's easier than hopping up and down. And you can see, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Pooh is listening to our conversation, and I didn't realize when someone's talking, he's looking at us. So the oatmeal still has to go into something, but we are getting rid of the boxes and getting them into bins, and we ended up putting them into 2 bins. I'd prefer to have them in white ones, and it just didn't work out that I only had the 1 white one, and so we're still getting things fixed, but there are some things obviously you can't take out of a package and put into a storage, oatmeal being prime example of that. Okay, so you will see Xander walk through here in a second. Connor is holding a cut bag of cereal, and that is because once again it was hidden. And so we're going to take the stuff off of the top of the fridge. Connor wanted to clean it up first. Xander's chucking out that trash for us, and we're going to get them in the bins because there's room in some of these cereal containers. So I'm going to tell you, there is never a time where you're going to be fully organized, or maybe it's just me, because I swear there is always something that is out of place. So what we just did in the drawer was there were hot cocoa packets, so we took them out to Lex. They didn't all fit, but they can use the packets first. But Connor had found a chai tea pods on top of the fridge that we didn't even know about, and they fit perfectly in this drawer. So we're just kind of switching everything out. Now we are filling up containers. I have bulk jugs of the low sodium soy sauce because I forgot what it was called all of a sudden, and the drink mixes, and as you can see on the bottom shelf is the pancake syrup along with the pancake mix that I have in a major bulk way. And so in that white bin that was just put up is the metric ton of marshmallows. I don't know why they're hitting each other. I was not part of it, so don't blame me. So dinner was supposed to be a crock pot stuffing. It's too late to do that. I meant to do this at noon. It would have been done. Well, guess what? It's like an hour, 2 hours before dinner. Ignore the clock because we don't set it. I swear as soon as we set it, we lose power. So what I'm going to do is bake off chicken, and because we had packed some stuff from the kitchen thinking we had to move this past summer, I still only have the one cookie sheet, so I am going to make a foil tray for the fish that I'm also making. Anthony told me that the fish had no flavor, and I thought there was no way that could be possible, but I realized later these fish pieces come straight from the freezer and out onto the cookie sheet. Well, they're frozen, and I did, spray them with coconut oil. Well, it froze instantly, so I did not notice when I went to put the seasoning on them. All it did was fall. So the plan was I was just going to make stuffing onto the side and a vegetable, which I don't think I did because I really don't remember one. And so I start making rice, quinoa, some garlic cloves in each one of them, some beef base, water. In the middle of this, Mom asks me, "Aren't you making stuffing?" And I tried to play it off like I was cool. I was like, no, I craved this. And it did, don't get me wrong. Sounded really good, tasted really good. And then I admitted I totally forgot about the stuffing. And right now I'm hungry and that sounds really good. Okay, so dinner's done, and as I went to go serve everyone, the quinoa was just fine. The garlic cloves just disintegrated, but for some reason the rice kind of stuck, so I'm gonna run some water and make it easier, cause guess what? I cook, I'm not it for cleaning the dishes. Sorry if you can hear my kid, he's playing something in the background. It's a fighting game, and I think he almost got killed, and he got all verklempt. Anyway, thank you for joining us and supporting us. Subscribe and leave a friendly comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. So as soon as I stopped recording, he told me, "A fighting game. It's a Call of Duty." Okay, he said duty, but whatever.
No.